Fortnite players tend to struggle in tournaments. And the main reason for that is your mentality. You have an absolutely terrible mentality. You can't seem to lock in for tournaments, you're distracted, you're not feeling yourself, you're not playing your best, and for some apparent reason, you can't restrict yourself from doom scrolling in between games. You stop playing your best, you're genuinely just not playing what you know you're capable of. You're not confident, and you're frequently thinking that I'm not good enough. Well, today in this video, I'm going to be teaching you some of the tricks on how you can improve your mentality in Fortnite, especially from a competitive standpoint. Also, credit to Vico Trana's YouTube channel for the background footage right here. This is his YouTube video for when he won FNCS Grand Finals in Chapter 6 Season 1 with Veno and Flixie. Make sure to go check it out after this video. Now, let's begin. Improving your mentality, it goes way beyond just getting it in your head that you're better than you think you are. Because a lot of people think if I say that I'm the best player in the lobby, I'll be better. I'll play better, and my mentality is going to be perfect. It's not quite that simple. It does work, it does get you more confident, but that's just simply, unfortunately, not how things work. What I mean by this is, there's a little bit more to it than that. Specifically, what I'm referring to is making sure that you have a clear mind. You gotta clear your head before tournaments. But you may be wondering, how can I do that? Well, to begin with, see this right here? This is my phone. Gone. You don't want it near you when you're playing. There are studies that back this, by the way. When you're gaming competitively, having your phone near you is the worst thing. It's the start for you to actually not being able to perform, unless you're obviously pulling up your drop map or your loot route on your phone. Keep that away from you. Let me tell you why. Basically, think of it as your phone will frequently give you the urge to grab it, to pick it up, and to proceed to actually, check it. See, wait, somebody texted me, did I get a message back from my friend on Discord? Or has my coach sent me anything? Is there anybody calling me? Let me check social media. What's the newest model on Instagram that's posted on their story that I need to see? I want to goon. Yeah, you get the point. That's always going to be on the back of your head. Once you have access to your phone very easily, let's say like a mouse reach, right? That's going to hurt your mentality because you're not going to be fully locked in, because you're going to always be kind of consuming RAM inside of your brain of suppressing the urge to grab your phone. So the first thing, put it away from you. You do not need your phone while you're playing, unless obviously you have your drop map or your loot route on your phone. You don't have multiple monitors, you're on console, blah blah blah. Keep your phone away as much as you can. Also, it's tournament day. Why are you eating McDonald's or ordering takeout, sleeping at 2 a.m. on the night before and waking up at 6? Why are you doing that? For you to do well in a tournament, for you to have a good mentality, for you to be focused, locked in, and confident, you first need to get rid of the bad habits. Start off by getting rid of them just for the tournament day. Then start doing it for the week before the tournament, until you genuinely just have better habits, and that won't affect you in your tournament performances. Yes, it does work. This is something I speak from personal experience. Eating better, sleeping properly, all of those things are going to help you significantly improve your performances as a player. Because you're generally going to be more energized, lighter mood. There's literally no reason for you not to do this. You're going to be significantly better in every aspect. You're not going to be worn out mentally, and this is going to help you significantly improve your game. But there is one really important part that also is from outside of the actual game, outside of the tournament, not Fortnite related, which is, it is providential that you learn self-control before you literally do anything in your life. Self-control is going to be if you have self-control, that makes a statement to yourself and to those around you that you're a reliable person, that you're going to be a reliable teammate, and also that you're going to be able to perform at the highest level under pressure. A lot of people confuse self-control with merely suppressing your emotions. That is a massive misconception, as thinking, okay, well, I'm mad. Let's say that you just died to a kid that's using the nitro fists, right? This is an example from a past meta. Or let's say that somebody killed you in a way that is unconventional, to say the least, or that has no skill whatsoever involved, such as literally just spraying at you with an SMG. That's fine. You can be angry, and you should be angry. You have every right to be annoyed. Usually, this player likely isn't even good enough to kill you on a regular, straight-up box fight, for example. But a lot of players would then say, I'm not mad, bro. Nah, you're gonna act like you're not mad. Why are you gonna act like you're not mad? Studies show, psychology studies show, that if you actually just say, I'm not mad, and try to ignore the fact that you have an emotion by suppressing it as if it weren't there, that's only gonna make it worse. It's gonna have the same effect, and it's gonna have the effect kind of running on the background of your brain. And that's gonna make the effect amplify itself and be significantly, substantially worse, affecting you even more, even if subconsciously. For that very reason, it's important not to suppress your emotions, but rather to recognize that they exist and proceed to actually understand, okay, why exactly am I feeling this? Can I swap this frustration, this anger that I'm feeling, this maybe even sadness? This goes not only for Fortnite, but goes for anything. How can I change this into fuel to not make the same mistake? How can I change this into fuel to be better? How can I change this into fuel to generally not get caught in the same situations again? How can I use this as fuel to better myself? That is the main thing. Self-control is not about being able to suppress your emotions. Far from that, actually. It's way more about being able and capable of resolving your inner emotional conflicts without ignoring what you're feeling. Because that is going to be absolutely useless, because it's only going to have the opposite effect. Let's say that you're below surge, and you're nervous, and you're mad that you're below surge because your teammate is shit. And he got tagged for 200 damage on a rotation, where you didn't get hit once, and he overbuilt and spent all your mats, and now you're getting lobbied. You're frustrated, and you end up going down because of it. Instead of thinking, okay, I'm not mad, I'm gonna pretend I'm not mad so that I can do better next game. That's not gonna work, bro. You gotta just understand that there is an internal conflict on your mind going on, and you need to settle it. You need to. You don't have the choice not to settle it, because, well, let's just say that if you don't settle it, it gets worse. And you're not gonna be able to deal with it the next time. And then the next. And then it's gonna significantly, substantially get worse and worse each time. So, how can I get better at dealing with my internal emotional conflicts? Good question. The answer to that is, this is gonna sound really cliche, but meditation. Now, forget meditation as sitting with your fingers like this and like you're a monk on top of a Japanese mountain. That's not meditation. That is a misconception and a stereotype that you gotta get out of your head. More specifically, when I say meditation, what I'm referring to is focus on your breathing. It is literally that simple. And it isn't. Because when I say just focus on your breathing, just focus on paying attention to your breathing, trust me, it's much harder than it seems. To fully clear your mind from anything other than your breathing patterns is probably one of the hardest things you can possibly do. Especially for long periods of time. I mean, you could do it for 5 seconds, but trust me, I want you to start making this exercise. You're going to close your eyes, you're going to let go of anything that you're holding, you're going to stretch your arms out, you're going to make sure that you're not, obviously, like, your joints are not stuck in a way, like, you're not feeling physically stuck, you can actually, like, move properly, and make sure that your joints are all warmed up. This is also good for, especially for keyboard players. But make sure that you're relaxed physically. Then I want you to close your eyes, not hold anything in your hands. Breathe. And I want you to pay attention exclusively to your breathing. For 5 minutes before each tournament, back out of your 1v1, 2v2, whatever it is that you're playing. 5 minutes before the tournament, just sit in the lobby with the playlist pulled up, ready for you to ready up as soon as it starts. And for the last 5 minutes before it starts, just focus on your breathing and fully clear your mind. Trust me, this is going to make it so that you are fully locked in, because you only have the tournament in your head once it starts. And if you're wondering, how can I stop crashing out? You said I mustn't suppress my emotions, and indeed you should not. But that doesn't mean that you should feed into them either. Rather, you should genuinely, like I said, you should try to use anger, for example, as fuel. You shouldn't use it as, it's kind of hard to put this into sentences and into words. You don't want to like make yourself like accept that you're mad and then just be mad. There's a difference between accepting that you're mad, or for example that you're mad and doing something about it, accepting that you're mad and staying mad, or accepting that you're mad and pretending that you're not. You actually need to do something about it. And how can you do that, you may be wondering? For you to actually properly do something about your emotions, you need to talk. Put them out. Say to your teammate, yo bro, I'm not gonna lie, that pissed me the fuck off, bro. I'm so annoyed that we died like that. It's genuinely like just so annoying. Have a conversation. Genuinely just discuss it. You don't want to get yourself stuck with an emotion. Just genuinely just say it. Like, bro, I'm so annoyed, man. Like, doesn't that piss you off too? You know, keep the vibes high. This is so important for you to have a good mental. Make sure that you and your teammates have the best possible vibes when playing together. This is something that I can say from personal experience. I've been playing with my duo for 11 months. 11. And we are very good friends. And every time we hop on to play together, even if we do completely shit, we are such good friends now that we are able to push past it and say, yo bro, we're good. We have the chemistry. We're good friends. Let's push past this. Let's focus on improving. Instead of just instantly dropping your teammate and saying, nah, I got sold by my teammate, man. This is so bad. Like, if I actually had a good teammate, I would not have done bad in that tournament. I'm dropping you. Work on your differences. Talk. Argument. VOD review. Actually see what could have been done better. And own your mistakes. And share your emotions with your teammates. Because if you're dying in the same way, at the same time, in the same game, together, or even not together, maybe one of you dies and the other one gets left shambles but still alive, that's still an emotion that both of you share. That's still a situation that both of you had in common that I recommend all of you to actually discuss on and debate. And with that, that's going to help you usually deal with your emotions. Get a coach. That way you can actually play better. He can guide you, and if you crash out during the game, then you can actually very easily just have somebody say, hey man, breathe in, breathe out. You want to play better? You need oxygen in your brain. And you're not going to have that if you're not checking in on yourself during the game. You got to say, okay, I've been in a very tense, high pressure situation. Have I been breathing? Have I taken a single breath? Am I holding my breath? Am I thinking straight? Okay, no, I haven't. Let me take a sip of water. Let me breathe in, breathe out. Let me get some oxygen in my brain. Let me think. Often, people get caught in situations where they're not thinking, where they're not breathing, and where they're not actually thinking straight because they just don't have oxygen, they're not hydrated. So make sure to stay hydrated while you're playing as well, because that's going to make a substantial difference as to how you're going to play. It's basically that simple. And you said to have self-control, you need to meditate. But it also is necessary to meditate to have self-control. So it's a loop, isn't it? How can I possibly do both of these things if they are conditioned to one another? If I don't have self-control, how can I meditate if I need self-control? If I can't meditate because I don't have self-control, how do I get self-control if I can't meditate? You feel me? It's kind of redundant and it's really weird. And to be honest, I don't have an answer to that question. That's where you gotta just put that shit inside your head. Unfortunately, there's no real way around that. But there's also a little bit more that you can do. Specifically, what I mean is you can make yourself more confident simply by actually hyping yourself up. Creating this constant, routine of hyping yourself up. You know, you and your teammate, yo, good rotate, bro. Good rotate, bro. You're crazy IGL, bro. You're the best IGL, bro. Or like, yo, nice refresh, bro. Good comms, bro. That shit's good, bro. That's what we need, bro. Let's win this game. Let's go. Simple things like that, reassuring your teammates of their ability, can substantially impact your ability to play well as a team, and not only that, but to play well individually. This is why pros do so well, because they're capable of building friendships with their teammates, keeping the vibes up whilst not let you be locked in. Obviously, you do not want to say joke so much that you're literally forgetting the task at hand. Don't let it stop you from playing your role, but don't let it be a burden to play tournaments. Lighten the mood, joke around. It's not gonna hurt you, trust me, it only helps. Now, mentality is a difficult thing to really work on. There's no real way around genuinely wanting to better your mentality, genuinely desiring to better yourself. So if you don't want to, if you feel demotivated, then the first thing that you gotta do is you gotta think of it. I'm demotivated. Why am I demotivated? What leads me to demotivation? What has been the source of my demotivation, and how can I change that? Because there is no genuine point in you recognizing why you're demotivated, but not do anything about it. You feel me? If you're demotivated, then it is important, extremely important, that you do end up truly trying to find a way around remotivating yourself, if that makes sense. Motivation is key. And obviously, you've probably seen one of those posts, motivation over discipline. Sorry, discipline over motivation. Motivation wears out. Discipline doesn't. So once you're motivated, create good habits. Discipline yourself to do things frequently and to not stop because of a challenge. Rather, persevere. Trust me, push yourself through painful, or not necessarily painful, but stressful and annoying situations that you normally wouldn't engage in. Because once you do that, you'll very much so start being able to more frequently win. Because you're just gonna see, bro, I hate doing this, I don't want to do it, but I know that I have to, and I want to improve. And even though I'm lazy as fuck right now and I don't want to do this, for me, it is more important to improve and to better myself than it is to let myself be lazy and to give in to my temptations. Your mentality is directly related to how much you want something. I want to study in the United States for university, and I'm not going to stop until I do. I have a good mentality for it. And I know that even if I'm not motivated, I desire it so damn much that it does not matter. And I will still, even when demotivated, try to go for that. I won't stop until I study abroad. And you gotta have that mentality as well. You gotta have that in your brain as well. You got to desire what you're looking for. You got to genuinely want whatever it is that you're pursuing in life. That's the first step for you to actually getting a better mentality. Try to achieve self-control, solve your internal emotional conflicts, and most of all, don't let yourself fall into the trap that you're bad, that you'll never be enough. Never. It is really, really important that you understand that the human mind has one limitation. That one limitation being, it's the boundaries it sets for itself. If you don't set any boundaries for your mind and you say, I am going to give my absolute best and try my hardest for everything that I do, then can I be honest with you? There is absolutely nothing anybody can do or anything can happen to stop you from achieving it. Because realistically, only you can restrict your own mind. One example that I like to give is take the Middle East. Qatar, Bahrain, UAE. The craziest part is that once you remove the restriction of money, once you have the money to do anything, like some of the super projects that they're doing, $20 billion airports, $1 billion investments in infrastructure, that's when you see just how far the human mind is capable of going, because quite literally, they're building things people thought were impossible. How are they doing it? They're using their brain. They're thinking. They're literally thinking it through. And when they think, they unlock parts of their brain that they didn't know existed, and knowledge they didn't know they were able to apply. Don't restrict yourself, because you're the only one who can genuinely restrict your mind. Not anybody else, just you. You are stopping yourself from succeeding by not wanting it bad enough, by not convincing yourself that you're the only one who has to say something and to do something about it to make it work. You do not depend on your teammates to get good. Improve individually. And if you get good, then you'll start placing better, even if you're carrying your teammates. Because if you were ass and you were carrying your teammates, and now you're good and you're still carrying your teammates, you're carrying them even more, which means that your placement's getting better, because so are you, even if your teammates complete dog shit and continue to be dog shit. Does that make sense? For that very reason, bettering yourself is the staple to a good mentality. Oh, but I'm not confident. Like, I know that I can do things, I just don't feel the confidence in the time that I'm doing them. Unfortunately, the only way for you to gain confidence is for you to be happy with the progress that you're making. If you're happy with how much you're improving, then you'll actually be able to be confident. If you think that you're substantially getting better and you're seeing results, you're going to be confident. If you feel like you're going backwards or staying in the same skill level, or you're not improving, you're not bettering yourself, then that's genuinely not going to make you confident. You're not going to be able to be confident at all. For that reason, you need to try to develop inside of you the idea that I need to be better. I need to be the best version of myself. And doing that, you'll see substantial amounts of improvement because you're wanting to improve. Build the desire inside of you to be the best. If you want to be the best artist in the world, don't stop. Don't give up on your dreams, because dreams, yes, sometimes they can have a hint of delusion or lack of reality. But at the end of the day, if you don't have dreams, you don't have fuel. Because your dream will fuel your desires. If you have a desire and you have a dream, realistically, if you want it bad enough, you'll get it. Can I be honest? My tip, aim higher than what you want to achieve. If you have an idea that you want to become the top 5 best tennis players in the world, aim to be the best. You wanna know why? Because if you do achieve being the best in the world, you're the best tennis player in the world. But if you aim to be the best and you work to be the best and you're not the best, well, you're still gonna be pretty darn close. This goes for school, this goes for Fortnite, for sports, for anything, for life. Be responsible. You need to think every single one of your decisions through. Make sure that you're not doing anything impulsively. Think through your decisions, think through everything that you need to do, and take it slow. Don't make it be like a hard environment. You want it to be something light. When you love something as much as I love Fortnite, for example, and I want to be a good Fortnite coach, in order for me to be a good Fortnite coach, I first need to love what I do. So love yourself, love what you do, and you'll instantly start seeing a rise in confidence, because you're going to be feeling such an intense happiness in doing what you're doing for yourself and getting better, and bettering yourself is going to feel so good that it's going to be worth it, and then you're just going to want to dedicate yourself to it. That's it for today. That's how you're going to get a better mentality. By stopping restricting yourself and loving what you do, and loving yourself and doing it as best as you can, whenever you can. Better yourself. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.